Welcome back. Well, it's the start of July and rents are due right now. Property management companies say leases for commercial properties along the Central Coast are falling months behind. And at some point, the landlords and small business owners will have to come to some sort of an agreement. For now, people are doing what they can just to get by.
Commercial's been hit the hardest.
It's not just in downtown Monterey. Property management companies across the peninsula say people with commercial leases are desperate to come up with cash for the first of the month. Mangold Property Management says they're behind $500,000 in collections.
We have tenants who haven't been able to pay rent, haven't been able to open, and so that's been pretty catastrophic.
Duran Poma is trying to avoid the catastrophe. An esthetician with a toddler, Poma wanted to sign over her lease to a new small business owner when the pandemic forced her shop and others to close along Alvarado Street.
I'm struggling really hard to make rent every month.
Forced to keep her small shop open, Poma decided to diversify during recent shelter-in-place orders. With her skincare and lash services restricted, she reinvented her business model.
At first, I realized that I was still able to get things like hand sanitizer because of my esthetician license through beauty supplies. And so I started getting that for my clients because most of my clients are elderly and they couldn't find it anywhere.
She's still unable to make rent, but she is able to set aside a few $100s every week.
And I was just trying to figure out how I could keep paying my rent here and my mortgage at home and all my other bills.
There's not a whole lot we can do if you can't open. At this point, they still owe the back rent, but I know that there's going to be a reconciliation where owners are going to, come to the table and meet people in the middle.
Nationwide, an estimated $520 billion in loans was given to small businesses under the Paycheck Protection Program. Still, many needy businesses like Poma's were left waiting.
For things like my mortgage, I was able to get help with, but for things business related, there's a lot of news that there's programs out there, but they're not really going to small places.
Well, beauty services are now available to reopen. The recent spike in cases keeps small business owners cautious. Poma won't perform facials because of the health risk, but she's determined to stay afloat for her sake and for her landlords.
And I don't want to see my landlord struggle, because then if he loses the building, what does that mean for me?
There is some good news here. Congress recently passed an extension of the Paycheck Protection Program, $660 billion in loans. It will keep the program open to applications till August 8th, and once it's signed by the president, people like Poma hopefully can get some assistance.